Hello everyone, myself Dr. Anindya Sundar Das. I am working as Assistant Professor in Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering in Swami Vivekananda Institute of Science and Technology, Dakshin Govindapur, Kolkata. This is lecture number 8 of the subject Control System and Instrumentation. In last lecture, I discussed about Routh-Hurwitz Stability Criterion, okay, and this is the part 2. Now, let me just remind you what is route stability criteria. Okay, now in order to find out stability of a linear time invariant system, okay, we have to find out the value of poles from the denominator polynomial of a transfer function. If the poles are any one of the poles are located on right half plane of S plane, then the system is unstable. Or if we have repeated pole, okay, on j omega axis, okay, or on at origin repeated poles, then the system will be unstable, okay, and system will be stable if we have poles on left half of S plane, then the system is stable. If we have poles on imaginary axis, okay, or at origin, the system will be marginally stable. Now, to find out the poles value, if the order of the system is 4 and above, it is little bit difficult. So that if the order is higher than 4, then we can apply Routh-Hurwitz stability criterion in order to find out the stability of a system. Now, in that case, what is the main point? That we have to construct a Routh table, okay, from the coefficient of denominator polynomial or characteristic equation, okay, and we have to construct the Routh table. Then we have to look into the first column of the Routh table. If there are sign change occurs, okay, then how many sign changes are there, that number of poles should lie on the right half of S plane, okay. So that is the, then the system is unstable. That is the criteria, okay. Number of sign changes in the first column of the Routh array, okay, is equal to number of roots with positive real parts, okay. Now we have solved some problems, okay, and I told you that there may be one case. I mentioned about two cases. One case is case 1, that is when a first column term in a row becomes 0 with all other terms being non-zero. Then what will happen? The calculation of rest of the term becomes impossible due to division by 0, because first column value is divided. Okay. In such a case, the system is unstable. That means if we have a Routh table, okay, in first two rows we have the element, okay, then in one of the row, if one element is 0 and we have other non-zero element, then that is in the first column one element is 0, others are non-zero in one row, then what will happen? System will be unstable, okay, and the procedure is continued just to determine the number of roots with positive real parts. Now, how to find out other coefficient value and how many numbers of real number of roots are there, okay, in the right half plane, that we have to find out. Okay. This is the special case. So that we can solve via epsilon method. What is that? In the first column of a row is 0. If first element of a row is 0, division by 0 would be required to form the next row. To avoid this phenomenon, an epsilon, a very small positive number, is assigned to replace the 0 in the first column. The value of epsilon is then allowed to approach 0 from either the positive or negative side, after which the signs of the entries in the first column can be determined. For example, say this is the transfer function. So this is your denominator polynomial. we can insert all the coefficient in first two row s to the power 5. So this to 5 4 3 then 2 1 0 like that way. Okay, now if we have to insert the coefficient of s in first two rows alternatively. So 1 2 then 2 4 then 11 10. Now if we multiply 2 into 2, 4 minus 4 divided by 2, that will be 0, and here it will be 22 minus 10 divided by 2, that is 6, and other term is 0. So in that row what we can observe, that in first element, okay, in the first column of that row equal to 0, and we have other element as non-zero. One element is there non-zero. This is 0, then how we can find out the next column value, next row value s2? 0 into 4, that is 0, minus 12 divided by 0. So something by 0, that becomes infinity. Okay, so it is problematic to solve for other coefficient values. Okay, so what we have to do is, instead of 0 in the first column, we have to consider a value epsilon, which is a very small positive number. Okay, then we have to construct the whole route table or route array. Okay, now here what will be the value of 0? Instead of 0 we are writing epsilon. Okay, so epsilon 6 0. Now a square term will be what? This term is not there now. Okay, instead of this term we have this epsilon. Okay, now it will be 4 epsilon minus 12 divided by epsilon, and it will be 10 epsilon minus 0 by epsilon. Okay, so from that what we can say, this will be 10. Okay, this is for a square term. Okay, now what we can say, you can divide this 4 epsilon by epsilon, so it will be 4, okay, minus 12 by epsilon, so that is the negative value. Okay, if we put epsilon equal to 0 here, it will be 12 by epsilon. Epsilon is very small positive value. Okay, then what happened, this close to 0, so this term can be neglected. Okay, for epsilon minus 12 by epsilon is the value. So epsilon, if it is positive small value, then what happened, we have a sign change here, right? Minus 12 by epsilon, and this will be 10. Now next value we can find out this one. Okay, into 6 divided by 10 epsilon divided by minus 12 by epsilon. Okay, so we get this particular factor. Now from this factor, if we put epsilon equal to 0, so we will have 72 by 12 6, then 6 into 10, 0 divided by 6, that will be 10. What we can see, that from this term here we have a negative sign change, and from here to again positive, so we have two sign changes, so system will be unstable. That means whenever 0 occurs in first column, other terms are non-zero. For in a particular row, we have to assume epsilon, and we have to solve it, and we have to look whether we have any sign changes or not. But generally what will happen, the system will be unstable, but number of roots on right hand plane we have to find out. Okay, now say for example, this is a characteristic equation of a system. We have to find out range of parameter k for which system is unstable. Okay, so we can put all those coefficient value in the route table alternately. So 1 1 1 1, then k and 0. So it will be 1 into 1 minus 1 into 1 by 1, so it will be 0. Instead of 0 we are writing epsilon, then we can solve it. So what we will have, epsilon minus into 1 minus k by epsilon. So that c1 term, c1 is nothing but epsilon minus k by epsilon. So epsilon, if you put it 0, close to 0, so we can assume 0 here, so minus k by infinity. Here we cannot put this one equal to 0 because this will be infinity then, so we are having minus k by some small positive value. So this will be a negative value. So C1 basically a negative value. Next value is what? C1 into K minus 0 divided by C1, it will be K. Okay, so what we can see? We can see here we have two sign changes. Okay, so system will be unstable. But when system will be unstable, if K value is greater than 0, system is unstable. If K is less than 0, then it will be a positive value, right? So because the last term of the column is equal to K. Now what will happen if K is greater than 0? Okay, K is greater than 0, positive value, then what happen? C1 is negative. C1 is negative, right? If K less than 0, then C1 becomes positive, but your last term here K, that is now negative. Okay, that becomes negative. So system will be unstable. Any one of the, there is a sign change. Okay, if K greater than 0, how many sign change should be there? C1 is negative, so we have two sign change. Okay, if K less than 0, C1 is positive and K becomes negative. Okay, this one positive, negative, so one sign change. So there should be one pole. So what we can say, for K greater than 0, less than 0, for all values of K, system will be unstable. If K greater than 0, two number of poles are there on the right half plane. K less than 0, one number of, only one pole on right half plane. So the system is unstable for all values of gain K. This is the way we have to find out. If we have 0, if 0 occurs at first column in a row and other values in that row equal to non-zero. Okay. Now let us solve another problem. Okay. Here this is the characteristic equation equal to 0, s to the power 5. So in first two row, s to the 5, s to the power 4, we have to put all the coefficient. So 1 alternately 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 3. Now we can calculate. This is 6 minus 6, 0 by 2, so 0. 0 we can replace it by epsilon, and here the value is 10 minus 3, 7 by 2. Okay, so this is epsilon. So next value will be what? 6 into epsilon minus 7 divided by epsilon. Okay, and here epsilon into 3 minus 0 by epsilon, that will be 3. Okay, then this one into 7 by 2 minus 3 into epsilon divided by this factor, we will get this factor. Okay, and here next value will be this into 3 minus 0 divided by this factor, it will be 3. Okay. Now what we can see, that we have 0 at s to the power 3 row. Okay, other values is non-zero. So we have to solve it via epsilon method. So we have taken epsilon and we have find out. Now we can look into that. If we put epsilon equal to 0 here, so here what will be the value? Minus 7 by epsilon, right? If we put epsilon equal to 0 here, 0, 0, 0, so we will have a positive value, 49 by 49 by 14. Okay, if we put epsilon tends to 0, so it will be plus 49 by 14. Here it will be minus 7 by epsilon. So we have two sign change. Okay, plus 2 minus, we are assuming this one positive value, plus 2 minus, minus 2 plus. Okay, system becomes unstable and has two poles in the right half plane of S plane. So whenever 0 occurs at first column, other values in a row, other values are non-zero, system will be unstable. If you want to find out how many poles are there in the right half plane, we have to take 0, we have to assume as epsilon, and we have to solve, and we have to put epsilon tends to 0 and find out how many sign changes are there in the first column. Okay, this is the method to solve. Now let us consider the special case 2, which is that sometimes while making a route table, it may happen that an entire row consists of zeros. Okay, this happen because there is an even polynomial that is a factor of original polynomial. This means that characteristic equation has roots. which are symmetric with respect to the origin. That means symmetric means with respect to the origin we have two roots here. Okay, this is for even polynomial, or we can have two roots here. Okay, that is also due to the presence of even polynomial, or we can have multiple root here. Okay, again if for even polynomial, then we can have non-repeated pole or imaginary axis due to even polynomial. So for that, what you have to do, you have to find out whether the system is stable or unstable or marginally stable. Okay, so if that is the case, what we can find out, two real roots with equal magnitude but opposite signs that can present. So this is this example, that is we may have two roots. Okay, two real roots with equal magnitude but opposite sign, plus minus. So system will be unstable, right? Or we can have two conjugate imaginary root. Okay, so that means two conjugate imaginary root. So system will be marginally stable. Okay, or we can have two complex root with equal real and imaginary parts of opposite sign. Okay, that means we can have root like this. Okay, so that time the system becomes unstable. Okay, in such case the system is not stable, and the procedure is continue to determine if it is marginally stable or unstable. Okay, and in the second case, if it is unstable, we have to find out number of roots in right half plane of S plane. Okay, so if we have zero, if zero occurs at first column in a row, other non-zero value, then system is unstable. We have to find out the number of roots in right half plane. But if entire row is 0, the two conditions may arise. A system can be marginally stable or unstable. That we have to find out. Okay. If unstable, we have to find out number of roots in right half plane. How we can do that? To proceed at which where we occurs the row of 0, entire row becomes 0. Okay. To proceed that, we have to form an auxiliary polynomial is formed by using the terms of the row just before the row of zeros. So where we have row of 0, using the equation, using the term coefficient, we have to form an auxiliary equation just before the row of 0. Okay, the auxiliary polynomial QS is always even. That means if this should be S3, this should be S4. If it is S1, this should be S2. So always this auxiliary polynomial should be even. That should be even polynomial. Okay. Then what we have to do? The roots of QS, that is, we have to make the auxiliary polynomial just before the row of enter row of 0. We have to write QS equal to 0 will give the symmetric roots of the characteristics polynomial. Okay. Now to complete the routes array, what we have to do? We have to find out dqs by ds, okay, equal to 0, and we have to replace all the row of 0 with the coefficient of that dqs by ds equal to 0 equation. Okay, let us solve one problem, then this concept will be clear. Now say this is your transfer function. In first two row we have to put all the coefficient alternately. So 1, 7, 6, 42, 8, 56. So this row I can divide it by 7. Okay, so this is 1, 6, 8. Now if you multiply, if you find out next row value, that is 6 minus 6 by 1, 0. Then it is 8 minus 8 by 1, so 0. So we encounter a row of zeros. Entire row becomes zeros. Then just before entire row 0, okay, just before that, whatever the row, okay, from the coefficient we have to find out, or we have to write the auxiliary equation, say PS. What is that? 1 into s4, 6 into s square, then 8. Okay, because it is written alternately, the coefficient are entered alternately. So if this is 1, it is s4, next term 6, that will be s square. 3 comes there at previous column, previous row, plus 8a. So this is your auxiliary polynomial. We can find out dps by ds. Okay, so it will be 4s cube 12s. Okay, now whatever the coefficient of this dps by ds, that we have to put in this entire row 0, row, entire row. Okay, in which row has in all the values equal to 0, here we have to put these two coefficient 4 and 12. Okay, so it was 0 in this s3 row. Okay, so 4 and 12 we have put, we can divide it by 4, so we get value 1 and 3. Now we can solve rest of the value. So 1 into 6 minus 3 by 1, 3. 1 into 8, so it will be 8. Okay, now 3 into 3 minus 8 by 3, and this will be 0, and this will be 8. Okay, now what we can see, we have in the first column there is no sign change. That means system is stable, we can say, but we cannot say system is stable. Okay, because we have to take care of the fact of this auxiliary polynomial. Okay, we have to find out the roots of this auxiliary polynomial. Now from this point what we can say, there is no roots. Okay, there are no roots on right half plane. So there are no poles in right half plane because there is no sign change. But now we have to solve the auxiliary polynomial to find out the value of the poles. Okay, from that auxiliary polynomial, what we can see, if we solve this auxiliary polynomial, we got these four value. Okay, that means if we plot that on s plane, what we can see, that is plus j2 minus j2. Okay, plus 1.41 minus j 1.41. So four poles are there, and here we have 5. So we must another pole which is not on right half of plane, because there is no sign change, right? So that pole should be on left half plane. That means what? Your system is not unstable, right? System is marginally stable because we have roots on imaginary axis, non-repeated roots on imaginary axis. So system is marginally stable. Okay, now somehow it may happens that we have a negative sign here. Okay, then what will happen, this pole should be here, then system will be unstable. Okay, so this is the way we have to find out. Let us solve another problem. Okay, now determine the stability of the system. The characteristic equation is given like this way. Okay, we have to find out stability. That means the range of k we have to find out. So we can solve this problem where k is a adjustable loop gain. Okay, so 1 to 4 k, so it will be 8 minus k by 2, and this will be this into k minus 0 by this, so it will be k. So for stability, k must be, for this condition, k must be greater than 0, and for this condition 8 minus k by 2 must be greater than 0. So what we can say, k must be less than 8. Right? So what we can say, for stability, the range of k must be greater than 0, less than 8. Okay, now what will happen if we put k equal to 8? Okay, if we put k equal to 8 here, this row becomes 0. Okay, if we put k equal to 0, this row becomes 0. Okay, entire row becomes 0. Okay, then what will happen, we have to form the auxiliary polynomial 2x square plus, that is 2x square plus k equal to 8. Okay, equal to 0, then s square equal to what? That will be minus 4. Okay, so s equal to what? Plus minus j2. Okay, then what will happen? System becomes marginally stable. Okay, roots on j omega axis, and if we put this value, that is 4 dps by ds, if you perform, that is 4. If you have to put 4 here, then you can find out the value that there is no sign change. Okay, then it will be 4, this is 8. Okay, so that will be 8, so there is no sign change. So what will happen? We will have this kind of system: two pole on imaginary axis, one pole on left up plane, so system is marginally stable. So when we put k equal to 8, entire row becomes 0. From that we can find out the auxiliary polynomial. We can find out the value of omega, the frequency, that is your 2. Okay, so we can find out the condition for marginal stability. That means when k equal to 8, your system will be marginally stable. K less than 8, system will be stable. K greater than 8, system becomes unstable. Okay, so the range we can find out. Okay, how we can find out for a particular value of k, system is marginally stable, unstable, and stable. Okay, now let us solve another problem. Okay, so this is the characteristic equation, and in first two rows we have to put the value of coefficient value alternately: 1, 2, 8, 12, 20, 16, 16, then 0. Now you can calculate 16 minus 12 by 2, then 20, 40 minus 16 by 2. Okay, then that will be 16. Now next value is 24 minus 24, so 0. 32 minus 32, 0, and again 0. So we have a row of 0. So entire row is 0. So we have to find the auxiliary polynomial from the previous row: 2s4 plus 12s plus 16. Okay, so that is your auxiliary polynomial. Okay, we can divide it by 2, so we can get this one. From that we can find out dps by ds, that is 4s cube 12s. Okay, so now we can put this 4 and 12 in this entire row 0 row. Okay, entire 0 row we can put 4 and 12, and we can solve the problem. So we can put here 4 and 12. Okay, then if you solve, you will get this result. Okay, now from the auxiliary polynomial we can find out value of s. We can see again here that we have 4 poles. Okay, and this is your x to the power 6. That means two poles are there on left half plane, as here we can see there are no sign change. Okay, so this is an example of marginally stable system: non-repeated poles on imaginary axis, so marginally stable. And what happens? Other poles are on left half of plane, because there is no sign change after putting the coefficient of dpds equal to 0. Okay, now let us solve another example. This is one very interesting problem. Okay, so s6, s5, in the first two row you have to put all the value, coefficient value: 1, 3, 4, 6, 5, 3, 2, then 0. Then if you solve it, we will get this one, and we have entire row of 0. So we can form previous row, we have to form the auxiliary polynomial: 2s4, 4s square plus 2. Okay, that is your auxiliary polynomial. So from that we can get 2 as a common factor, so s4, s to the power 4 plus 2s square plus 1 equal to 0. From that we can find out das by ds, that is 4s cube plus 4s. So this 4s cube plus 4s, so this 4 and 4 we can put in this s cube row. Okay, so this s cube row we have to put 4 and 4. Now what happens if you try to solve it? 8, 16 minus 8 by 4, this is 2. Now this is 8 minus 8, 0, and again 0. So we have, once again we have entire row equal to 0. So again we have to form another auxiliary equation, that is say a prime s 2x square plus 2. So from that we can find out d a prime s by ds 4s. That 4 we have to put here. Okay, this 4 we have to put here in s to the power 1. Okay, then if you solve, we can see in the first column don't have any sign change. That means there is no pole on right half of plane of s plane. Okay, now we have two auxiliary equation. This is one auxiliary equation, this is another auxiliary equation. Okay, now we have to find out the roots of this auxiliary equation. So what we can do, we can find out from any one of, so first whatever the first auxiliary equation, from that we can find out the roots. Okay, so what is the parameter, we can take a square as a, so a square plus 2a plus 1, we can solve it. Okay, that is we are getting a square value. Okay, so if we apply Siddharacharya formula, minus 2 plus minus b square minus 4a by 2 4ac by 2a, we get a square equal to minus 1. Okay, so we have two roots here. Okay, so a square equal to minus 1 minus 1. Okay, so a square equal to that, so that is for s4 power. So we have two roots, a square root and a square root as minus 1 minus 1. So s12 is plus minus j, 34 is plus minus j. So what we can observe, that we have repeated pole on imaginary axis. Okay, and s to the power 6, there is no sign change, so other two poles are on left half of S plane. Now as we have repeated pole on this imaginary axis, system becomes unstable. Okay, system becomes unstable. Repeated roots on imaginary axis, system is unstable. Okay, so this is the way we have to find out whether system is stable or unstable. Sorry, marginally stable or unstable. Okay, if we have entire row equal to 0, system can be unstable or marginally stable, that you have to find out. Okay, so this is the way you have to solve this kind of problem. Now let us solve one simple problem. This is your characteristic equation. We have to find the value of k. Okay, as find the range of k for which that qs has all roots in the left half plane. Okay, that means we have to find out that system is stable. So we have to find out that. So s cube a square, you have to put all the values of coefficient 1, 3k. Here it is k plus 2 plus 4. Now you can multiply these two factor minus 4 by 3k. Next factor is this into 4, this into 0. Here we have 0. Okay, by this factor, so it will be 4. So what is the condition? For stability, 3k must be greater than 0. Then this factor must be greater than 0. Okay, so we have a term k square, so we can find out value of k. Okay, so k should be greater than 0 and less than this particular value, that should be the range. Okay, this is very simple problem. Now let us see another problem, that design value of k such that stabilize the closed loop system. Okay, condition one time k is equal to k only, which is called proportional controller. Another time k is equal to kp plus ki by s, so it is called proportional plus integral controller, kp plus ki by s. Two cases we have to solve. Okay, for that k into these two blocks in series, so multiplication, then we have negative feedback, so what we can write, g divided by 1 plus gh. Okay, so 1 plus gh is your equal to 0 is the characteristic equation, so what we can write, 1 plus g into h, okay, equal to 0, that is the characteristic equation. So we can form the characteristic equation, and then we can put all the coefficient alternately, 1 5 5 1 4 5 2 plus 2k. Okay, that is a constant term. Okay, Now we can multiply this minus this divided by 4, and here we have 0. Okay, then this one into this, here we have 0, so we have this factor. Now what is the condition? Here we can see the condition is 18 minus 2k should be greater than 0. Okay, so k value should be less than 9, right? This we can take here, divide by 2, k should be less than 9, and from this factor what we can find out, 2 plus 2k should be greater than 0. Okay, so 2k should be greater than minus 2, 2 to cancel out, so k should be greater than minus 1. So this is the condition, k should be greater than minus 1 and less than 9. Then only your system will be stable, because there should not be any sign change in this first column. This is very simple problem. Now we have changed this parameter, k parameter, as kp plus kis. Okay, so kp1 plus that factor into g into h equal to 1. So if you calculate that, you will get this as your characteristic equation. Then we can put this value alternately, 1452 plus 2 kp plus 2k1. Then we can solve it. Okay, and you can find out value of kp and ki. Okay, from this we can find out kp, from this we can find out ki. You can calculate this value and find out that these two range is enough for this stability. Okay, now let us solve another problem, that is we have to determine the range of k that stabilize the closed loop system. Okay, now k is here. Okay, now this is a total system. Now what we can do, we have to solve it. So this is your feedback that we have to find out using the formula g divided by 1 plus gh, where h equal to 1. Okay, negative feedback, so here it is plus. Then you have to multiply these three. Then you have to find out closed loop function. Okay, so if you take that, we are getting g divided by 1 plus gh. Okay, so from that what you can write, this is your closed loop, so 1 plus g divided by 1 plus gh, so k into this into 1 by s, that is your g. 1 plus gh equal to 0 is the characteristic equation. So this is the way we can find out. Okay, so if you solve it, you will get this characteristic equation. Now we have to apply route stability criterion, 35 minus k by 5. Okay, and this one will be 0, this one will be k. So what is the range? K should be greater than 0 and less than 35, then only your system will be stable. Now say what will happen if k equal to 35. Okay, if k equal to 35, then your this system, this becomes 0, entire row becomes 0. So what we can find out, 5x square plus 35 is the polynomial, auxiliary polynomial equation. From that we can find out x equal to plus minus j root 7, right? S square equal to minus 35 by 5, that is 7. So s equal to plus minus j root 7. So that will be the frequency of oscillation. Okay, because you will have two roots on imaginary axis when k equal to 35, and if you solve uh, 10s, 10 if you put it here, 35 here, so you will get positive value. So another pole should be at right half, left half plane. So system is marginally stable. So for if k equal to 35, closed loop system is marginally stable, and the system will oscillate with frequency root 7. S equal to plus minus j root 7. That root 7 is the frequency of oscillation. This is j root 7, that is j omega. That omega is the frequency of oscillation. So that is another type of problem that they can ask you. Now characteristic equation of feedback control system is given. What is the problem? Determine the range of k for system to be stable. Then the system can be marginally stable. What is the condition? Okay, and frequency of oscillation you have to find out. So we have to put all the value in the route table alternately 1, 10, 25, 15 to k. So this 20 into 15 minus 2 divided by 20. Now this is 0 here. So it will be k. Now this into 2 minus 20k divided by this factor. Okay. And 0, 0. So it will be 0. Now this into k into 0 minus 0 divided by this, so k. Now what is the condition for stability? K should be greater than 0, this value, and this value must be greater than 0. Okay, so k must be less than 1.14. So this is the condition. Okay, k greater than 0, less than 1.14. Now in order to have marginally stable system, okay, what you have to do, k value you have to put 1.41, then entire row becomes 0. From that we can form the auxiliary equation 14.9 a square plus 1.41. From that we can find out s square value, then s value. So s equal to plus minus j omega, omega equal to 0.39316. So that will be your frequency of oscillation when k equal to 1.4, 1.49. That means what? When k equal to j omega value is this. Okay, this is your 0.316. Other two poles are on left half of plane. Okay, because we have order 4. When k equal to 1.49, that means what? When k equal to less than 1.41, system is stable. Okay, k equal to 1.49, system is marginally stable. K greater than 1.49, system becomes unstable. Okay, so this is the point that we can find out. So if we have a characteristic equation with some gain parameter k, okay, that is the controller function. Okay, controller function, we can find out the range of k so that your system can be stable, marginally stable, unstable. Okay, that we can find out very easily using this route stability criterion. Now let me just tell you about advantage of route stability criterion, that is no need to explicitly compute roots of polynomial. So root value you don't have to find out. Okay, higher order can be handled by hand calculation. We have solved for s to the power 6 term, 6th order system very easily. Okay, now polynomials including the parameter plant or controller parameter in the feedback system can be dealt with. That means we can find out the range of value of system parameter, okay, which are to be determined. We can determine those value for which the system is stable, unstable, marginally stable. Okay, root computation does not work in such cases. Okay, because we cannot find out roots directly if k value is unknown. Disadvantage, exponential functions cannot be dealt with. That means delay. If we have a system which has delay, you cannot solve using route stability criterion. For example, if we have a transfer function where we have this e to the power minus s term, okay, that means a delay you cannot solve using route stability criterion. Okay, so this is all about this route stability criterion. What is the route stability criterion? How to solve it? Okay, and then two special cases. Okay, first column element 0 in one row, others are non-zero, and entire row equal to 0. What will happen? How we can find out the number of roots present in the right half plane and in the left half plane. Okay, then the value of range of k for which we can make our system stable, marginally stable, unstable. So these are the type of problem we can solve using this route stability criterion. Okay, so thank you so much. Try to practice all those problems. Okay, okay, see you in the next video. Thank you so much.